So according to me, the Premier League is the best, and I repeat, the best league in all of football competition. We've seen a lot of crazy fixtures throughout this Premier League season. Also in all the European and Champions League. You got Arsenal knocking out Real Madrid out of the Champions League to go into the semi-final. Man United knocking out Lyon is a crazy comeback to go to the semi-finals. And even in the Premier League, Chelsea with that crazy comeback in the derby against Fulham. And if you notice what I've been saying, all these teams are coming from the Premier League. So in this video, I'm going to be saying 3 things that you might have noticed that might change the next season Premier League. Stick around because the last one might be nerve-wracking. If you're still here at this point of the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're about to get to 700 subscribers. It will really help. And without further ado, let's ride on. First of all, the third point I'm going to make is change is inevitable. We see Man City, for example. If you told me that this season, at the end of last season, if you told me that in the next season, Manchester City is going to win everything like they did in the past 4, I'm going to say, I'm probably going to agree with you. But as we see right now, they haven't won anything. They got knocked out of the Champions League at the round of 16 by Real Madrid. They got knocked out of the FA Cup. They got knocked out of the Carabao Cup. And they don't even have a chance of winning the title. This called for a change. But I feel like the change was called for too late. Because if I was Pep Guardiola, me personally, when I see 3-4 games we keep playing the same thing over and over again, and we keep getting smashed, I'm going to want to change my tactics. But they win 7 games in a row with no points gained, with the same tactics going on. Now, of course, change had to be made. They bought new players, changing the tactics. Now they actually have a chance into going to the Champions League, which is good for them, yeah, but of course it's the Premier League. Change is inevitable. We see teams like Man United still playing the same football they've been playing since, I don't know, Ten Hag. And look where they are. They're like 14th or 15th in the Premier League. If you told me that Man United was gonna be in 14th or 15th in the Premier League, I'm gonna call you crazy. But now it's the Premier League. Change is inevitable. We see teams like Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, Fulham, Brighton, Bournemouth, who are all teams in the relegation or even the below 10. Now they're in the top 10. And speaking of Nottingham Forest, that brings me to my second point. Mentality counts. Nottingham Forest, like I said, facing relegation throughout the past 2 seasons. Now this season, out of nowhere, they almost won the Premier League season. They're in the top 4. If there wasn't even a 5th, it doesn't matter because they were already going to the Champions League after this season. Nottingham Forest were a striving team in the relegation zone with their managers, changing managers, everything. Now they've come out of the blue and is claiming top 4 position. Over Man City, over Arsenal, over Chelsea. Moving on from Nottingham Forest, let's go to Arsenal. When we saw the draw that it was going to be Real Madrid versus Arsenal, most of us were just going to say, yeah, Arsenal is not going to win anything this season. Is Real Madrid going to beat them? See what happened. First leg, Arsenal smashed them 3-0. I was going to say, yeah, Real Madrid, they're good with their comebacks. They're going to come back and go win this Champions League. But see what happened. First half, they held Real Madrid. Even though they missed the penalty, they still won the game. It's the mentality and the determination of players that actually counts. And all this is groomed in the Premier League. That's why according to me, the Premier League is the best, and I repeat, the best league in all of football competition. Brings me to my last, but not least, final part. And it is called team cohesion. We've seen a lot of teams really struggle in the Premier League, and this is because their team is always not complete. I say this because let's take teams like Chelsea now. Chelsea always had a problem with their defense. Also a striker. Let's take a look at Arsenal. When they got all their injuries, all the setbacks, everything, they didn't have a striker. But still, they could defeat Real Madrid. So what really happened when it came to them? When we look at teams like Liverpool, let's take a look at this. Here, gotta sit up straight for this here, you know. Hectic stuff. Yep. Look at teams like Liverpool, yeah. The cohesion. We see Salah on the left, maybe Diaz on the right, Gakpo ahead, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gravenberg, Robertson, Arnold, Van Dijk, Konate, Alisson. Let's just say that's their team. See that strong cohesionness within the team. Like, even with the rumors of Alexander Arnold going to Real Madrid, it doesn't matter to them. The cohesion is strong. Look, he even scored the win against Leicester. So this cohesion has to be strong before any team can actually win a Premier League season or win the Champions League. Because when there's no cohesion, there's no communication. They've just be giving the ball up and down to opponents, and they've just be scoring them like a damn hat trick or something. And that's what teams don't have. Chelsea, they don't have a back line. They don't have a striker. Arsenal didn't have a striker. Man United have been confused about their managerial positions and the position they play the teams. Man City, we don't even know if Pep Guardiola should leave. We don't know if they need new players. Players getting old. I mean, yeah, that's the main thing that actually been hurting teams. Because if you don't have a cohesion, your mentality is going to be displaced. And when your mentality is going to be displaced, you don't even know if you have to make changes. You don't know where to make the changes. Buy new players or keep with your players. Sack the manager or let the manager have. Because the result's going to be helter-skelter. Man United had a great comeback against Lyon, but then they lost to Wolves. I mean, it's not really clicking up. So these are the main 3 points I have today. Change is inevitable. Yeah, we've seen that this Premier League season. Mentality is key. Use Nottingham Forest, Arsenal for example. And team cohesion is very, very important. Yeah, so that's all I have today. Please, if you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been BS Vids. You will obviously you. And I'ma see y'all in a bit.